Alrighty guys, kicking off the next episode of the 1GP flipping series directly after we are finishing up the last one. Now, I have an idea for this video, and here's my idea. Kraken Tentacles, they have a 70 buy limit, and a lot of the time, they have like a 20 to 50k margin on them, which is quite substantial. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm about to head to work. The plan is to chuck in an offer for 1 million GP for 195 Kraken Tentacles. The plan is to come back tomorrow and hopefully we've managed to snag all these and we can sell them all off for somewhere between a 50 and a 30k profit. Let's say it's a 50k profit. Have a look at this. That's right, 9.75 mil we could make. If it's a 30k profit, we're going to be looking at a 5 mil profit as well. So we're going to go ahead and chuck in all these Kraken Tentacles for 1 million GP and see if they all come through. This is my new idea. If this works, we could be onto something. Alrighty guys, so last night when I got home from work, I checked on the Kraken Tentacles. They hadn't bought at all, but then I thought, why not try Abyssal Whips instead? They're probably more actively traded. They're probably still going to have a pretty decent margin on them. We managed to get 64 of them overnight, which makes me really happy because I know the limit is 70, which means the price is very likely to be higher than 23.10. Let's buy one and see what we can get it for. That's a 42k margin. Alright, we put them all back in for 23.50. We'll put them in for this. That's 150 mil and 400. What do we buy them for? 147.8. What's that? 2.6? Oh my lord. That's a flip and a half. I like this. This is good. So I had to drop the price by 3k here, as you can see. But we did end up selling off all of the whips. So that was 138. Look, we made a lot of profit. How many did we sell? 59 for like a 50k profit. Oh, mate. That's a lot of coin. That's what I'm talking about. Up to 197.8 already. Man, we're going to make 200 mil today, I reckon. Let's go. So, I just checked the price on BANDOS TASSETS, and this was the margin. I just lost 1 mil. I really hope these two buy, and I can sell them back for the same amount that I bought them for, or I'm going to be thoroughly upset. They both just came through at the exact same time. This is not going to bode well for me at all. My fingers are crossed harder than they have ever been crossed before. Alright, I had a quick panic attack and I dropped the price down to 29.2, but they sold off, which means we actually made profit there, which is fucking ridgy-didge, boys. What did we make? So 1.2 and we lost 960. So yeah, we made a bit of profit. I'm going to go ahead and buy another couple. Let's go. Hopefully we can start making some bank off this shit. Alright, I'm going to click collect here, guys, and I'm going to show you my fucking history over the last 2 minutes. I swear to God. We bought the first set of 2. We sold them off for the 1.2 mil profit or whatever it was. How much? Yeah, 1.2 mil. And then another set, sold them off. Another one sold, another one sold, another one. And then the last one we had to sell back for the same price we bought it for. But we managed to make 3 million GP just then. I know there's only 62 million in my inventory. That's because I had to swap the Kodai and the Armadillo. You know what? I don't need to explain it again. But 3 mil in the last 2 minutes. Insane. Nice, boys. Just transferred the old Armadillo crossbow and Kodai one back over from the main, and we're sitting on 200 million GP. That's right. 200 million. It seems like only yesterday we were at 100. This is a good amount. I'm very, very happy with it. We're going to continue going on. See how quickly we can get to 300, and I really hope it's super quick. See how we go. Alrighty guys, we're going to end the night on 201.5 mil, which means we've made 6.5 mil in the first night. Now, if we're to keep that up all week, we're going to end the week with 35 mil profit. And it took us 12 weeks to make the first 100 mil. Took us 6 weeks to make the second 100 mil. If we make 35 mil in a week for 3 weeks, that's 3 weeks to make the third 100 mil. Boys, we could absolutely be on here. Let's go ahead and chuck in our overnight flips and see what we can get going. So I think what we're going to be looking at this week are items with a strangely high buying quantity per hour, the G limit that is, that also have reasonable price fluctuations. So the first thing that I'm going to be looking at is the Mysterious Emblem. I'm going to chuck them in for 148k on the nose, and they have a 100 limit. Should be able to get 3, no, let's go 200 here and whack that in. Should be able to get about 10k profit on those. So we're looking at 2 mil if we wake up to all of these in the morning, potentially. Now, I am going to go ahead and take a little bit of a risk on Kraken Tentacles here. They have actually risen quite a fair bit in the last couple of days, and that's not what we want to buy them for. However, they do trade quite a fair bit. We're only going to try and buy 70 of these, but we're looking at a 15k margin on those, which is really nice. So we'll chuck them in. And lastly, we're going to try and get a fair few Darroch sets here. How many can we afford? 23 of these. We're looking at around a 25k margin on 23 of these, so fingers crossed we can get all these coming through. Kraken Tentacles are already coming through, which is nice. I would love to wake up tomorrow morning and see that 69 of these have come through, because if 69 come through, that means we're going to make profit. But like I said, bit of a risk. They have been going up quite a fair bit in the last few days, and there is potential for them to be a lot lower when I wake up. But let's hope they're not. Alrighty, lads, it's the next morning. Oh, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared because we've gotten all of the Kraken Tentacles. The Darroch armor sets, I'm pretty confident we're going to make a bit of money on, but the Kraken Tentacles, oh, I'm so scared. Please tell me they're worth more than what they are. Okay, look, it's not a complete disaster, but it certainly is not a success. They're currently at 1289 and we bought them for 1287. Do we think they're going to go back up? Yes, I certainly do think they are going to go back up. So what I'm going to do is chuck these back in now. I'm going to put them in for 1320. Once again, taking a little bit of a risk here. 92.4 mil if we get them to sell off, and we bought them for 90.1. So looking at a 2.3 mil profit there. And 35.39 on the Darroch armor sets, which is 29k profit on 23 of them. So is that about a mil? Yeah, about 800k, which is not too bad at all. So hopefully we can get all of these selling off towards the end of the day. Cheeky little 3 mil profit overnight. I wouldn't be mad about it. And just a short time later, all of the Darroch sets have sold off. So that is, yeah, 800-ish k profit. 800? 600. 667,000. Nice. Oh, guys, remember when I said we were taking a big risk with the Kraken Tentacles? Yeah, we fucked up big time. I've had to slowly sell them off for much lower than what we bought them for. We bought them for 90.125. I probably ended up selling them back for 75 maybe, if that. We lost a lot of fucking money on these. Let's actually find out exactly how much we lost. Let me just sell this Anguish back right now. I'm on tilt right now. What were we on? Okay, maybe we didn't lose that much. We were on like 198 or something. We're on 189 now. Oh my god, what an absolutely unmitigated disaster this was. Alrighty guys, I managed to weasel my way back up to 190 mil here. But man, I was so tilted about those Kraken Tentacles. We're going to go ahead and chuck in our overnight flips. We're certainly not going to be buying Kraken Tentacles tonight. I will give you the fucking news. First item we're going to look at buying here is the Ancient Staff. We're going to chuck in an offer for 100k here, and we want to buy 140 of those. Next up is going to be the Dwarf Cannon set. Now, the buy limit on these is 20, so I'm going to go for 40 of these bad boys. Next item we're going to have a look at here is the Ruby Bracelet. I'm actually going to buy them for the mid price here, and we're going to go ahead and chuck in an offer for 40k of these. Are we? No, we're going to chuck in an offer for 18k of these. We're going to try and snipe a few unicorn horns here. They seem to be trading very, very low below their mid price right now, especially for a high volume, highly traded item. So I am going to go ahead and try and purchase 15k of these as well. Going to try and snag a few Mystic Road Bottoms as well. I believe they have a 70 buy limit, so let's go with 140 of these. And finally, an item that is surprisingly actively traded is the Infinity Boots, and we're going to chuck the rest of our money into that, and look to get about a 10k margin on 76 it is. Beautiful. Alright, that's going to do us for our overnight flips. Really hope we don't have a repeat of last night. Looking at these unicorn horns is giving me fucking nightmares about Kraken Tentacles. Ugh. Alrighty guys, it is the next morning and we actually have a fair few things coming through, which is pretty nice. The ancient staves have all come through, the dwarf cannon sets, a few ruby bracelets, couple infinity boots. So let's go ahead and see what we can sell them all back for, and hopefully it's a fucking lot. Ancient staves going for 108,750, which is going to be an 8.7k profit on 140 of these. So we're looking at yeah, 1.2 mil or so. Not bad. 766k on these dwarf cannon sets. So we are looking at 11k profit exactly on 40. So 440k profit there. Go ahead and abort the offers on the rest of these. We're going to make a 20k profit on these infinity boots, which obviously is not the best. But I think we might try these again tomorrow night and just drop the price a little bit. These ruby bracelets are actually way less actively traded than I thought. I looked at the graph wrong, but we're going to chuck them in for 1240. See how they go. It's like a 35 GP profit on 2k of them. So not really big profits, but you know what? Let's just leave it in there and see how we go. Alrighty guys, so all of the dwarf cannon sets have sold off. So there was a nice 10k profit on each of those, 400k profit. And we've managed to sell 127 of these ancient staves. However, the price has dropped. We're still going to make 4k profit on the remaining few ancient staves, but I'm going to go ahead and drop the price now, just so we don't miss out on anything potentially later and anything bad happens. So 13 of those selling off for 3.5k profit. We're still going to make about 1.2 mil, which is, tell you what, thank God for that. It definitely makes up for last night. These ruby bracelets not selling off at all. Just going to quickly check what they are currently going for. So they're barely selling at all at the moment. I don't really need to change this offer at the moment. I'm going to leave this in for the rest of the day. I mean, it is only 30k, 70k profit or whatever I said this morning. But we can just leave it in. We've got 187 mil to play with, so we can just use that to flip with throughout the night. And hopefully by the end of the night, we're back up to like 195 or something like that, because the Kraken Tentacles, boys. The Kraken Tentacles. Yo, I just realized that my desktop audio was on for the previous clip, and I was watching Wild Mudkip's stream, so sorry about that, but shout out to him. Alrighty guys, with this Arcane Spirit Shield, we'll go ahead and click collect. We've managed to claw ourselves back to 193.5. We're going to go ahead and chuck in our overnight flips now. Now the first thing that I'm going to have a look at is the Ancient Staff, because we were so successful with it last night. I definitely want to try that one again. And taking a quick look at the graph here, what I'm going to do is chuck in an offer for 97,500, and we're going to chuck in an offer for 140 of these again. We went really well with the dwarf cannon sets last night. Managed to get all of them overnight and sell them off pretty quickly throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck in an offer now for 754k, and I want to go with 60 of these this time. Next thing I want to look at is the Anguish Ornament Kit. We're going to chuck in an offer for 2 of these at 34 million. Should be able to sell it off for about 34.5 tomorrow pretty rapidly. So could make a mil profit here. 10k on each of these. It's going to be 600k profit plus potentially 10k on all of these. We're going to be looking at some decent profit already, and we've still got 66 mil left. Water Battle Staves are supposedly trading at quite a margin below their mid price, and I think we're just going to go ahead and chuck the rest of our money into these. Let's go with 7. Yep, that should do. Yep, beautiful. We got enough money for that. Now, they're supposedly going for 9,500 at the moment as well, so if we can manage to get this much GP difference on all of these, let's have a look at this. That's going to be some big boy profit right there. So we're definitely going to go ahead and chuck this one in. I'm actually just going to quickly double check the graph before we do this. So 9,500 is definitely a bit of an outlier, but we should definitely be able to make at least 100 GP profit on this, which is still going to be pretty good. About a 700k profit there. So we'll go ahead and chuck in all the rest of the money here. Dwarf Cannon sets already buying. Let's go, boys. Hopefully we have a repeat of last night and we make a bit of coin. Alrighty guys, it is the next morning. Alright guys, it is the next morning, and as we can see, all of the dwarf cannon sets have come through. Now I'm just looking at the price. It seems to have dropped overnight, which is a little bit disheartening. However, looking at the weekly graph, that does seem to just like rise and fall between 765 and 755. So we'll go ahead and chuck these in for 765. Hopefully make 10k on each of these. Unfortunately, none of the ancient staffs have come through. I'll quickly have a look at the ancient staff graph and see what's happened there. Yeah, so it seems these are just kind of sticking around 101 at the moment, which is a little bit annoying, but not much you can do about that one. Both of the Anguish Ornament Kits have come through, and we got 1,600 of the Water Battle Staves, which is really, really nice. Looks like we're only going to be making about 300k on these Anguish Ornament Kits as well, which, once again, a little disappointing, but 600k, I can't complain. We could potentially make 600k here as well. And looks as though we're going to be making about 80 GP margin on these 1,600 Battle Staves, so around 120k profit. Not too bad. We'll leave these in, see how they go. Once again, flip throughout the day. Potential to make about 1.2 mil overnight. Can't complain with that. Alrighty guys, these Dwarf Cannon sets have been in for quite some time and they're not selling off at all. So I'm going to jump on GE Tracker and have a look at the price they're selling off for. Looks like they're selling about mid-price, so I will go ahead and chuck them in for that. That's 4k a pop on each of these, so still a 240k profit, which really isn't that bad. I guess we can't complain with that. And then the Water Battle Staves aren't selling off at all. I'm going to have to go ahead and check the price on that. I might just purchase one here and see what they're going for right now. 9146. Is that not what I had it in for? Anyway, we'll chuck them in for 9145 and hopefully these sell off. I'm pretty sure we still make a profit on these tonight. Not 100% sure, but fingers crossed we actually do. Nice, guys. All of the Dwarf Cannons have sold off, which is very nice. Just waiting on the Water Battle Staves now. 14.5 mil here plus 182.8. That'll take us up to 198.3, which is nice. We're almost at that 200 mil mark, even after that big-ass loss we took the other night. And it's only Wednesday, so we still got like 3 days of flipping left. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do this. Alrighty, guys. We're about to chuck in our overnight flips, but before we do, we have somewhat of a problem. Earlier tonight, I jump on GE Tracker, and I see that Spectral Spirit Shields are fucking... Just take a look for yourself. Spectral Spirit Shields on GE Tracker at this time. 69 million, 67 million, 1.7 million difference. Earlier it was like 3 million. It was like 64 mil and 67 mil or something like that. So I said, fuck yeah, we're going to jump in on this. Let's take a look at the offer history here. 2 Spectral Spirit Shields bought for 62, 890, 277. They insta-bought. I tried to buy them for like 64 mil and they insta-bought for this price. And I was like, well, fuck. So I instantly chucked them back in for 63, and one sold off almost immediately. And I was like, okay, this is fucking weird. 63 million, not bad. I was like, we definitely can do better though. So I'm going to chuck it back in for 67 million, because if we jump back over to GE Tracker, you can see that they're actively traded for 69, 67. Now, have a look at this. I chucked the offer in at 930. So I had an offer for 67 million at 930. At 950, one trades for 67.9. One trades for 67.4. Still in at 1030. There's 68 and 68. And then still in at 1050, 68, 67. Still in at 11, 69, 69. All of these Spectral Spirit Shields have supposedly been bought and sold. And mine hasn't come through. Still actively trading at higher than 67 million. Either GE Tracker's fucked up, which they haven't mentioned. That doesn't say they'd have a problem connecting to the price. Or so there's some sort of fucking bamboozle going on here. And I'm not okay with it. So what we're actually going to do, I'm going to actually just leave the offer in overnight. We're going to leave the Spectral Spirit Shield here. If it sells off, we made 4 mil. If it doesn't sell off, hopefully we wake up in the morning and we're able to sell it for 63. We'll see how we go. But we're going to chuck in some more offers now to do our overnight flips with. Now, we've had absolutely unwavering success with the Dwarf Cannon set this week. So I'm going to go ahead and chuck in another offer. Now, the limit is 20. I'm going to go with 60 Dwarf Cannon sets this time. Hopefully we can sell them off tomorrow for 759k, which will give us a profit of 400k. Not too bad at all. I'll take that. It's better than nothing, which is what we get a lot of the time. I'd very much like to take another look at Ancient Staves as well. We had some mild success with them earlier this week. I'm going to go ahead and chuck it in here for 96k a pop, and we're going to be going for 140 of these. Next item I want to have a look at is the Maple Seed. Now, it looks as though we can make a decent amount of profit on these if we leave the offer in overnight. Now, the limit on these is 200, so let's go ahead and chuck in an offer for 400 of these, and we're looking to make about 5k, so another 200k profit there. Another one that I'd like to have a look at is the Aram's Robe Top. It seems to be trading pretty strangely at the moment, a little bit higher than its mid price. However, it looks like it is pretty stable above its mid price. So with that information, I'm going to go ahead and chuck in an offer for 1.7 mil. And we're going to chuck in an offer for 16 of these, because the buying limit is 8. And it looks like we can make about 30k profit on each of these, which would be absolutely nuts. 480k profit in total. And the last item I want to take a look at tonight is the Gilded Two-Handed Sword. And we're going to go ahead and chuck in an offer for... that many? Nice. 12 Gilded Two-Handed Swords. That's all of our money used up. If everything goes through here, especially the Spectral Spirit Shield, we're going to be looking at like 4 to 5 mil profit, which would be fucking sick. Definitely over the 200 mil threshold tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Alrighty guys, it is the next morning, and ultimate disappointment, the Spectral Spirit Shield has not sold off even in the slightest. I'm going to go ahead and jump on G-Tracker right now and see what it's going for. I'm not hopeful. I'm really not hopeful. Let's have a look. Oh my god, it's going for 58 mil. And we bought it for 62. So what happened last night? Regardless of the fact, we're just going to have to take the loss on this one as well. It's super disappointing, but there's not much you can do. I'll go ahead and chuck this in for 58,930. So that's going to be a 3 mil loss, almost 4 mil loss on this one as well. And it sells instantly for 63. What is wrong with G-Tracker? Look at this. I'm literally on this right now, and it says 58,930, 58,865, and we go all the way down here, and this is where the graph's at. But we sell it off instantly for 63 point. What the actual fuck? I don't even. We made profit. Cool. Let's go ahead and get bought the offers on the rest of these. We managed to get how many Dwarf Cannon sets? 41, as well as all of the Aram's Tops and Ancient Staves. Let's go ahead and check what we can sell these back for. Yeah, cheeky little 10k profit on each of these Dwarf Cannon sets, which is exactly what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for that 10k profit on these. 400k pretty much guaranteed overnight, every night. That's what we want to see. We want something that we can do consistently all throughout the week, and we have good success with. Looking at about a 5k profit on all of these Ancient Stars, which if we can sell them all off, I'm going to be very happy with, because that is going to be a 700k profit there. And 20k profit on each of these Aram's Robes Tops, which is going to give us a 320k profit. So 700, 321 mil plus 400, 1400k, which is 1.4 mil. And then we made, I guess, 200k on the Spectral Spirit Shield, which is a bit... I don't know. That was super weird, guys. No! I forgot to record me clicking collect. We just made it over 200 mil. That's so exciting, guys. 200 million GP from 1 GP. I thought 100 mil was exciting, but this is way more exciting. We're going to be at $1 billion in no time. Righty-o, guys. About to wrap it up for the night, but we managed to sneak our way to 201 million, which is fucking ridgy-didge, boys. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely loving it at the moment. As has been the case for the last few nights, first item I'm going to have a look at is the Dwarf Multi-Cannon. It has been absolutely killing it this week. However, unfortunately, I'm only going to be sleeping for like 3 to 4 hours tonight. So we're only going to be able to get 1 cap, which is a bit annoying, but that's alright. I'm going to go ahead and chuck in the offer right now for the Dwarf Multi-Cannon sets. Going to put them in at 755k each. I'm going to put in 40 just in case we can get that many, but apparently the limit is 20. You know what? I might just double check the limit. Let's chuck it in for 60. If we get all 60 of these, then the limit is wrong. We'll see how we go though, but looking for like a 12k margin on these, which is really nice. Next item we're going to have a look at is the Ring of Nature. Now, normally I wouldn't fuck with things that are trading for higher than their mid price. However, I'm only going to be asleep for 4 hours, so we can wake up in 4 hours time and check these, and hopefully things have gone well. So we'll chuck in an offer for 2 of those. I'm going to try and seriously lowball some Anguish Ornament Kits here. I'm going to go with 2 of these for 33,150 each. I'm going to give the Ancient Staves one more crack here. We're going to chuck in an offer for 93k. And we're going to attempt to get 140 of these again. See how they go. And the Kraken Tentacles seem to have mellowed out a little. Meaning I am going to go ahead and chuck in an offer here. I'm going to go 1015k. And we're going to chuck the rest of our cash stack into it, which should be about 54. Yep, perfect. So we're looking at about a 10k margin on these ones as well. If we can get 10k on them, 10k on them, couple 100k on these, few 100k on these, couple k on these, we could be looking at a fair amount of money in hopefully 4 hours when I wake up. Alrighty guys, as I mentioned in the last clip, it is only a few hours after the last one. Very, very short sleep tonight. However, we do have a few of these things coming through. I'm actually going to leave these Dwarf Cannon sets in. The rest of the stuff is gotta go. And we've managed to get all the Kraken Tentacles. I'm going to quickly check how much we can sell these off for and how much profit we have made. Nice, so we're looking to make about 15k on each of these tentacles, which is really nice. 15k on 54 tents is 810k profit. Plus, on the Dwarf Cannon sets, I'm going to chuck them in for 762. They're currently trading for 759, but I think eventually they will sell off for a 7k margin, which would be really, really nice. And we should be able to make a decent amount of profit there. Plus, we have 101 mil still in the inventory, so heaps to do, boys. Not too bad at all. Alrighty, not too long later, guys, and all of the Dwarf Cannon sets have sold off. We only made 4k on each of those, which is still a 240k profit. Can't complain with that. And we made 5k each on these Kraken Tentacles, which is going to end up about 290k profit. It's not the best, but not too bad. I mean, 500k overnight. We really can't complain. It's better than some of the previous nights we've had, but pretty much all sold off. I had to drop the price just because they weren't selling, and, you know, panic mode was enabled. Alrighty guys, just about to hit bed. I don't actually have time to wait for these Majors books to sell off before I go to bed. However, if we get a quick examine here, we can see we have 187.1, and in here we have approximately 16.6 left, which will bring us up to a total of 203.7 million, so well over that 200 mil threshold. I have 1 day left of membership on this account, so I am going to have to buy a bond. I think I'm going to do that right now. Let's just go ahead and send it. Bonds, oh my god, 3.8. Okay, they have gone up big time, guys. We're only just going to be over 200 mil. God damn. But we're going to chuck in our overnight flips. These are going to be the last overnight flips of the week, so we definitely have to make them worth our while. Of course, as we have been going all week, we're going to have to start off with the Dwarf Cannon set. Well, I'm not going to be able to flip these after this week because every man and his dog is going to be trying to flip them. So let's go ahead and try and get some Dwarf Cannon sets here for 752k. And we're going to go with 100 Dwarf Cannon sets this time. I'm going to try and snag a Saradomin and Godsword Ornament Kit. We're actually only going to try and get one of these, because they're not very actively traded. Also going to attempt the Ring of Nature again, and we're going to chuck that in for 10,802. Party Hat and Specs here, we're going to try and snag for 2k under mid-price, but hopefully sell it for a bit above mid-price tomorrow. I'm going to go with 8 of those. Next up is 10,000 unfinished Aventoe potions for 2603 a pop. And the last item we're going to have a look at tonight is the Abyssal Whip. We're going to go ahead and chuck the rest of our cash stack into this, which will be 18. Can we get 19? No, we're going to have to go with 18 whips here. So 2.2 mil left over, already getting some Dwarf Cannon sets. Brilliant. Alrighty guys, it is the next morning, and as you can see, a lot of stuff has come through. Unfortunately, these Majors books haven't sold off, and we didn't get any Aventoe potions, Saradomin and Godsword Ornament Kits, or Rings of Nature, but we did get all the Abyssal Whips and 7 Party Hat and Specs, which is really nice. I'm going to have to change the price on these Majors books, and then we'll go ahead and figure out what we can sell everything else back for. So I'm going to chuck these Dwarf Cannon sets back in for mid-price, 757 on the dot. That is a 5k profit on all of these, so 200k profit, which isn't the best, but not too bad.
Looks as though we're going to be making a 36k profit on each of these party hat and specs, so looking at about 280k profit there. And we're making 50k profit on each of these whips. I have no idea what's going on with whips this morning, but I'm not going to complain about it. 50k a pop on 18, that's 900k profit overnight. Not bad at all. We're going to let these sell off, and I'm going to flip throughout the day, and we'll see what we end up with.
Alrighty guys, so everything has sold off, all the dwarf cannons and the party hats and specs and all the whips. Ended up making a pretty decent chunk on the whips, 900k in fact, which was really nice. But unfortunately, because we had to buy that bond, we are back down to 200,816,000. What a wild week it was. We started off with like a big 6 mil loss on Kraken Tentacles. We've had to buy a bond. If we didn't have to do those things, we'd probably be at 210 mil right now. So Kraken Tentacles really kind of roasted us this week with that big 6 mil loss. However, we had big gains with that BANDOS TASSETS. We've had a lot of dwarf multi-cannon sets going this week. It's been a really good time. But that is going to wrap it up for this episode. 200 mil in the inventory. We finally hit it. It won't be long now until we hit 300, then 400, 500, 1 bill. I'm so excited to hit that 1 bill mark. Hope you guys are still enjoying the series. If you are, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I put out a new video every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one tomorrow. Take it easy.